Hey everybody, welcome back. This week we are talking about routines. I actually feel like we have been talking about routines. I'm just checking some notes real quick. We have. I feel like we've been talking about routines pretty much all through the month of April. And that's what I was just checking, is to see the different themes that we have talked about and touched on this month. And we have kind of been talking about routines all month long. There are a lot of different ways that you can utilize routines and build routines and reasons why you would build routines. And so I feel like we've just kind of kept the conversation going, which I think is a good thing. So today I am here I've kind of been using this time each week as sort of a podcast, but like a video podcast. And so I'm kind of trying to build a little bit of a structure so that the things that I share and the things that we talk about are sort of mirrored from week to week. So I'm going to share some tips. I'm going to issue you guys a challenge. And I'm going to take your questions if you have any. If you don't, that's okay. Sometimes it's more of wanting to listen and to hear somebody talk about something that, yes, you're interested in, but you might not have a specific question on that thing. But that's what this time is for questions or asking for suggestions on ways that you can use, for instance, this week routines. But one thing I wanted to point out, and I'm going to do it in the Facebook group as I'm sitting here talking to you about it, is I am posting the link to the weekly training series. For those of you who may or may not know, I do a free weekly training series that I publish every single week, which is what inspired me to do a live to go with it every single week. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this link, if I can get it to copy, for the weekly training that goes along with this live. And it's a lot harder to talk and to work as at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and post this link with this video. And it looks like I have to post it after the video is done. So there will be a link in this video after the video posts that will give you tips, tools, a top 10 of my favorite activities. And at the very bottom, I have included in some of them, I know it goes against everything that I say, but bear with me. I have included some printouts of a letter and a number. And you can actually print these sheets out and turn them into games or puppets or what else could you do? Flannel board stories and all kinds of things. So the letters are A through Z, and the numbers are 1 through 10. But for 10, the 1 and the 0 are separate. So there's one of the weekly trainings has technically 2 numbers to make your 10, your 1, and your 0. So you can look for that. I'm going to put that link at the bottom of this live. So if you have any questions, go ahead and post them, and I will do my best to talk answer your questions and pay attention at the same time. So this week, I am talking about routines, and I am talking about the different ways that you can incorporate routines or learning patterns or structure in general into your learning and your skill building. There are a few different ways that you can do this. One of the ways that you can do it is games. One of my favorite games that I created many years ago when I was still teaching in a formal classroom was, I think most of us who work with kids or have kids know the book Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. I took that book, or inspiration of that book, and I turned it into a interactive game. And using this game, it's a gross motor game, and using a game like this builds a learning routine because it uses a rhyme that pulls some of the words from the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom story, and it gets the children to use the rhyme to make a choice of a letter that they want to choose from the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom tree. And I won't get into all the details of the game unless someone asks a question specifically about it in the comments. But so it's a fun game. The kids love it. You can use it for learning your letters. You can use it for, you could even use it really and make your own version of Chicka Chicka Boom Boom and swap out the letters for numbers. You could swap out the letters for words. You could swap out the letters for math equations even. Or swap out the words of the rhyme that go with it. And use it as a math story problem, and then they have to choose the answer to the story problem off of the tree. You could do that for older children. So there are a lot of different ways and reasons why you would want to build routines. Routines help kids feel secure. It helps them to know what to expect, what is coming next, what is expected of them, what they need to do. So you can use routines for all sorts of things. From learning, like we just talked about with the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, you can use routines for teaching personal care tasks, like brushing your teeth, bathing, cooking, poked myself, cooking for yourself or preparing your own meals, for instance, their lunch. You can use routines for creating smooth transitions. You can break a child's day or a classroom's day up into chunks and create routines in the different areas of the day. For instance, if you are learning from home or homeschooling and you maybe use learning centers, you can build a routine around what is offered in a particular area, for instance, a math area, and you can say, okay, you are expected to work on a skill from this area for X amount of time. And then you could give children options for how they can use that time. You could give them a choice chart of the different ways that they could use the items that are in that area, and it just helps them to be more independent in their learning so that you don't necessarily have to be there or be hands-on engaged with them, that they can learn more independently if they have cues or charts or steps that help guide them through using the manipulatives and activities and things that are available in that specific area. I feel like I talk about this one a lot, but it's one of my favorite ways to help kids build skills, to help kids learn, whether it's learning math or learning about a specific theme such as science, and that is make-believe play. It's another great thing to use to help kids get secure with a routine. You could create a kitchen make-believe play center, where kids are going to learn how to measure and how to prepare food, how to cut things up, how to, what you have to do first, what you have to do second, what you have to do third, in order to put maybe a specific meal together. Just another fun way to get them thinking about engaging in a specific theme or experience. Let's see. Chores is another one. So if you have a chore chart, I think chore charts probably work just as well if you have one child or if you have many. So you may set up a chore chart with the days of the week and maybe even the days of the week and the different times of day, and you could put up labels for the different chores that are expected to get accomplished for a certain time frame, so maybe morning, afternoon, and evening, just for the sake of this conversation. And you could put a picture representation of the different chores, and then you could put numbered representations or even lettered representations of the different steps that each chore requires before it can be completed. And so when they would go to accomplish this chore, they would look at it and they would say, okay, well, I have to take out the garbage. So in order for the garbage to be successfully taken out, what are the things I have to do? I have to remove the bag that is full from the garbage can. I have to tie it up. There's a small motor skill right there. And I have to take it to, maybe you keep your garbage in your backyard until garbage day, or maybe they actually have to take it out to the curb and set it on the curb, or put it in a specific garbage can outside for that chore to specifically be accomplished. So you would label all of those things under the heading of take out the trash. And perhaps that take out the trash label would go under the Monday heading for Monday evening. Maybe that's a Monday evening chore. You can do the same thing for making their bed, for preparing their backpack for school the next day. What are the things that have to be in your backpack for you to be prepared to go to school the next day? Is your homework in your bag? Is your lunch in your bag? If they're of an age where they have to transport their tennis shoes back and forth from school every day, are your tennis shoes in your bag? Different things like that. So these are some of the different ways that you can institute using routines in the different areas where you may be practicing learning new skills and building those new skills. So, sorry, I was clicking on something and I had to look around the phone. It's the one thing about doing a live, you have to, as you're on the computer at the same time, you have to use your phone and it kind of gets in the way sometimes. So these are just some of the useful tools and tips that you can use to build routines that will help your daily transitions and your daily engaging activities run smoother. When children know what is expected of them, they are more able and more willing to accomplish a task with as little resistance and frustration as possible. It also gives children a sense of feeling accomplished also when they know that as they've checked one thing off a to-do list, they're that much closer to achieving their goal or their task. So I hope that you have enjoyed these activities, and it looks like now I can post the link to this week's training. So again, in this week's training, there are my top 10 favorite activities for, it's not for routines specifically. This one is around independence and fostering decision making, which goes hand in hand with creating routines, getting kids involved in making decisions around the things that they know that they need to do or that they want to do. And these are different ways that can be helpful in helping you do that. I'm going to go ahead and there's the link for you. You should be able to copy it and go directly to it. It should take you to, my Yes Course platform, and you can just go ahead and fill out the information, and it will give you access to not only my free weekly trainings as I make them available and post to them. So if you've missed previous ones, you can go there and check the other ones out. There is one for every week of the year. So as the year goes on, more and more will get posted. But while you're there, you can actually check out my Invitations to Play program as well, which is a year-long program that is actually themed. So for each month, I give you a theme, and within that theme, I give you activities that I've already created. I've already given you the title of the activity and a little description as to how to use it, but still allowing you to use your creativity so you can swap out. You could swap out the theme if you wanted to and just take the description of that specific activity and use it with different themed manipulatives or items or, whatever the specific activity is. So I encourage you to go and check that out. It's called Invitations to Play. It's a lot of fun. Every month you learn about a different topic. There is everything from animals to fireworks to construction, to science, general science skills. There's too many to mention. They're all fun, and for each theme, you actually get 30 days worth of activities. Now, there is a charge for each month's download for the invitations to play, but I think it's something that you will truly enjoy, and you will find ways to use it over and over and over and over again, and it will never get old because you can swap out and tweak and add things in, that might tie closer into your own child's current skills and their own interests. But these are just my favorite activities that I have used over the years that I wanted to share with all of you. So it doesn't look like I have any questions for routines and learning through building skills. So I will wrap things up here. I encourage you to go ahead and check out the different programs and services that I have through this Yes course. I've posted the link for the printed version of the weekly training. And again, there's the top 10, there's tips, there's tools, there's those printables, there's all kinds of stuff. If you go and actually check out the full weekly training in its text version. What I think I started to say, before I got distracted there, is that Yes Course will ask you to register to use their process. They don't use your information for anything. It's just to get you identified as a registered user of Yes Course. They only ask you to do it once, and it just helps verify that you have permission to access, for instance, my trainings or my courses. So don't freak out when you see that it's starting to ask you for your name and your email address and that kind of stuff. That's all that it's for, just to give you access to all of the different things that I offer. And there's all kinds of stuff there. So I encourage you to check it out, and I would love to hear what you guys think. So the sun is out. It's a nice warm day. I think I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of the afternoon outside. I hope you guys have fun this week, learning and engaging and building new skills. And don't forget, if you have any questions ever on any topic, or this topic specifically, you are always welcome to join the Facebook group or message me directly and ask any questions that you have, and I would be more than happy to answer them for you. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.